Welcome to another episode of The Shredder Show. Today we're going to talk through a 2022 recap. So what's going on in my life in terms of problems I had in January, divorces, moving to Dubai, competing in classic physique, setting up another business, traveling around the world. I went to Mexico, all over Canada, 2 places in the US, the Marbella training camp, and actually everything in between. So without further ado, we'll begin. So this year has been really a year of breaking down the old Charlie Johnson, that identity, and then almost throwing it away. So in your life you have 2 things that will be the defining factor in terms of you achieving what you want from life. So for me, I know personally what I'm looking for is not happiness. What I'm looking for is maximal fulfillment, and I take fulfillment from achieving things and helping others achieve things. So whether that be to help you get in the best shape of your life and be happy and be proud of who you are, or whether that be help you to build a business to then provide for your family, or whether that to be create some content that inspires and motivates you to be a better person, hold yourself to a higher standard. So this is what makes me fulfilled, and I seek that drug of fulfillment, not happiness, which has been the biggest revelation I found this year. And in that process of discovering that, and to get to this point, I have literally had to throw away my old life and destroy part of me to create a new me. And it's been a very challenging 2022 to the point where at some points I didn't think I'd make it through it, and when the shit really hit the fan, the people who I thought would be there for me weren't, and that's been a very big learning lesson. So the big thing I would say that for anyone listening to this, if you're going through a challenging time, is just think about like everything passes with time. All wounds heal with time. So you've got to keep grinding, keep taking the daily actions, and you'll get to where you want to be. So in January, on the 6th of January, a Wednesday, I remember I had the conversation with ending a 14-year relationship, a marriage, and that was the most harrowing and difficult experience of my life, and something that will probably always haunt me. And the day after that, I had to move out of my house, clear all my personal possessions, and everything I basically ever owned. I just gave up. The day after that, 5 minutes before I was speaking on a podcast in the Doubletree Hilton Hotel in Kingston, my Instagram account got disabled, which was obviously a significant part of my financial revenue. So within 3 days, my personal life imploded, my business life imploded, and I was like, happy fucking new year, here we go, let's go, game on. So that was a very challenging time, and for me that taught me the lessons of resilience and who your real friends are and who really cares for you and who really stands up for you. So when you go through these difficult times, it makes you a stronger and better person. But that began the process of destroying the old identity I had and becoming the new identity and the person I want to be, and having impact and helping people all over the world. With that, then came moving to Dubai. Dubai is the greatest place in the world. So if you haven't been here, in my opinion, it's fucking amazing. Before I went, I remember someone saying to me, before I first came to Dubai, someone said to me that Dubai is the best of the best. And that's true. Whether it be the buildings, cars, the people, the food, the gyms, the service, the standards people hold themselves to, all of that and more is true. Dubai is the best of the best, and I want to surround myself with the best. I want to be the best at everything I do, because if I can be the best version of me, I can be the best version of me for you. That rhymes like a wicked rhyme. And the key with this is that the 2 biggest factors that will determine your success in life are your environment. I changed that. I moved from grey depressing the UK, which was small-minded holding me back, to Dubai, where I was a small fish in a big pond. I also changed the relationship, which is the second biggest factor in terms of your determining your success in life and you achieving what you want, is who you decide to spend the rest of your life with and who your partner's going to be. My previous partner was an amazing woman, but we just had different visions and values of what we wanted in life. And it wasn't fair for me to continue that. So I had to step up, be the man, and take control of that situation. So moving to Dubai, I live in Dubai Marina. Beautiful view of the marina, which is something I've always wanted to have. I've always wanted to look over the water. I've always wanted to live in sunshine. Sunshine and blue skies is what makes me happy. Also, statistically, it's proven that if you get 20 minutes of natural sunshine a day, it improves protein synthesis to improve muscle building. Just random fact. You also look great with the tan and other side parts, but that's a wonderful thing. And so, yeah, Dubai is a great place. Amazing networking, amazing connections. Just got back from doing another podcast with Vadim from Bionic, and I feel fucking pumped from even just speaking with him. So if you haven't, make sure you listen to that episode. But this is an example where you just can connect with such amazing, like-minded people that can push you on mentally, physically, and everything to become the greatest version of yourself. And this is the key for everything in life. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Because they have the information to get you to the next level. It's like I have the information to help you transform your body. I have the information to help you transform your business. I have these skills which I've learned from other people. And life is a game of skill acquisition. So that was initially what happened to me at the start of the year in terms of moving to Dubai. I now feel like it's finally become home here. I think start of March, I went on a 10-day skiing trip that never ended. So I flew out to Vancouver, which was a long way, 12-hour time difference from Dubai, and I was only supposed to be there for 10 days. I was going on a ski trip through the mountains with one of my best friends, Darren. We got trained West Coast Eye in Vancouver, which was a baller. So big shout out to Steve Dushak, who we trained with there, one of the owners. And with that process, we went then to Whistler for 2-3 nights. It was always somewhere I wanted to go. I stayed in the Fairmont Hotel, which is always something I wanted to do as a child because my dad stayed there. Skiing in Whistler was a bit of a letdown though, not necessarily a massive fan. Where we did go, which was gangster though, was we stayed in Banff and skied in Lake Louise. Now that's phenomenal. I would highly recommend Lake Louise for skiing for anyone who's into that. Really, really good. And then we went to Jasper, where a good friend of mine lives, and skied at the Marmot Hill. And that was amazing. So Canada is the most beautiful place in the world. Canadians are the friendliest and most amazing people in the world. So big thank you to Canadians who are listening to this. From there, I was supposed to fly back via Toronto, and I was like, you know what, I might stay in Toronto a week because it's a long flight back to Dubai. And I like Toronto, and there was a cool gym I wanted to go to, Pure Muscle Fitness. So I landed there and I was like, you know what, this is pretty sick. I like it here. I was like, oh, I didn't have to go back to Dubai for a while, so I was like, I might as well stay. So I ended up staying in Toronto for a week, and I was like, you know what, I want to stay longer. So I stayed for 6 weeks. And then, because I knew I had to be in North America for some other events I was going to. From there, I flew to Nashville for a fitness event, a bit of country and western music, and got to train at Redcon One Gym. It was pretty cool. Nashville's not really my scene. From there, I went down to Mexico for 2 weeks, caught the virus, whatever you want to call it. Felt very awful for a little while. Mexico's not really my gig, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not really my thing. Some nice food, there's some nice people there, but it's compared to Dubai, which is super safe and clean, it's like the other aspect of that. So I was in Dubai, Mexico for 2 weeks, and then flew back to Miami, was there for a few days, trained at Elevation Fitness, met a good friend of mine, Duncan Lucas, who's also been on the podcast, and then we flew out from there back to Dubai. So that was the end of the trip. It was about 12 weeks in total of flying and jetting around. I had absolute ball and absolute blast, and that was that. I then decided I need to get settled in Dubai, because when I went back, I didn't really feel like home. I was still going through a lot of stress from ending things that were going on previously when I left the UK. So from that point of view, that was really me just trying to get into a routine, a rhythm, and make my new home feel like home, which for someone who'd lived in the same house for a long time and had a very stable situation, it was a lot of change very quickly for me, and it was not something that I found was very easy. So that was a difficult thing, and it's taken time. And I can be honest that this is now truly home, and I can't see myself living anywhere else. In particular, the experience of travelling, I found that this is definitely the best place in the world. And within the experience of travelling, this is why I'm such an advocate for everyone to do this. When you go to every different place in the world, you get different perspective, and these perspectives and experiences will give you life experience and help you to level up and become a greater person within who you are, your thought processes, and the way you see the world. And that is truly going to empower you in terms of everything you do, whether it's within managing yourself, managing other people, and having a truly exceptional life, which is what we're all looking for. Now, in regards to the training aspects of things, 2022, I had surgery in October the 19th last year. I had 6 weeks off training, and I wasn't necessarily in great shape. So one of the big goals I set myself for 2022 was to get in the best shape of my life, and I achieved that because I originally decided to do a photo shoot towards the end of the summer, and I remember a friend of mine in the gym going, I'm going to compete in classic physique in Japan in November. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And I was just like, I'm one of those sort of people, I'm in or out. If someone else is doing it, I'll have a crack. So that for me was a great process. I hadn't competed for 4 years. I was in a window of opportunity in life where I really needed to narrow my focus down and go all in on something, and this really helped. And do you know what the best thing about this was? It gave my true love back for training, nutrition and exercising and leading by example. Because I felt like I lost my way. Training to become work, making content to become work, rather than being a true version of myself. Now, this is what I always say to clients and I say to everyone in life. The most important things you can do are having goals. Now, I know we're around New Year, and this is when you're going to be setting your goals for next year. You need to really write these down and actually have them somewhere and reflect on them. I set yourself 3-month goal, 6-month goal, 12-month goal. You can have business goals, you can have financial goals, you can have personal goals, you can have family goals. Make sure you have specific goals that you can achieve and you want to achieve. And I'd also look back and reflect on last year. Now, did I achieve everything I set out to achieve this year? No. Did I learn a lot? Yes. I achieved one goal, getting the best shape of my life. Some of the other business and financial goals I had, I did not achieve. Why do I think I didn't achieve that? Because of probably so much raw emotion of what I was going through. I was making poor decisions. And poor decisions and making decisions under emotional situations are when you're going to be a poor leader and make poor business decisions. And I hold my hand up and I would say it's the biggest thing I've learned, and it's been a truly humbling experience. And I think problems I've had throughout 2022 have allowed me to become a much more humble and appreciative person, where I'm appreciative of what I have every day. And like one of the things I have stuck to my bathroom mirror, I think it's like Charlie's Principles, is like I'm very grateful for all the wonderful materialistic things I have in my life, but I have to admit I'm deeply flawed in a lot of respects emotionally. And that's the powerful thing when you admit the weaknesses you have. And whoever you are listening to this, you have to be aware that you have got weaknesses as well as you have strengths. It's okay to be weak in certain aspects. You just need to learn how to control those, how to maximize those, and how to see those as opportunities. So one of the biggest parts in terms of this year, I feel like it's really been leveling up my mindset in terms of self-development and taking control of my conscious thoughts. And a lot of this has happened in the last 2 or 3 months. And I'm going to let you into some secrets about how I've done this. One of these things is going to be doing meditation. So I use an app called Insight app, which is very, very good. I go on there every single day when I first get up. This is my little routine. I have my AM priming stack from Supplement Needs, use code CJ 10% off, electrolytes, a coffee, and I listen to meditation and I try and get my brain in zone to try and re-control my focus from the external noise of the world. Second thing I do is I go onto the Elevate Brain app, play 5 games on that. It's actually fucking phenomenally hard. From there, I go straight into my work for the day. This has made a big difference in terms of my output and productivity, and also my thought process in terms of life. Some other bonus tips I've learned over this year in terms of habits is on my computer screen right now, I've got stuck down my monthly goals for business, my personal goals for the month as well. And I also have the same thing for weeks. So I have personal goals for the week, business goals for the week, and I also have my goals for 2022 on a piece of paper that's now faded a lot from the sun. And if I look at that, I've achieved 2 out of 4 of my year goals for 2022. The 2 personal goals are the ones I've achieved. One is improve my mindset and level up. Second is build the best physique day. The other 2 I haven't achieved. But do you know what's interesting? The 2 goals I have achieved are the 2 that I have full control over. I have control of my conscious thought, and I have control of what I do every day. So I have control of the food I eat, I have control of the exercise I do, I control the way I look. The other 2 are financial and business goals, which I can't control. The global economy collapsing, I can't control, which it hasn't, it's just declined a bit. I can't control inflation, I can't control the crypto market, I can't control any of these aspects. And when you start to not worry about things you can't control, that's when you become very powerful. And you just need to focus on the process goals of what you can control, and this is what's going to help take you to another level. A big win, I would say, within this process of improving my mindset the last 2-3 months, I've also taken on a personal mentor at great expense, who's Craig Ballantyne. I recorded a podcast on his podcast recently, it was phenomenal. He's also been on our podcast if you scroll back a long way. He's known as the world's most productive man. He's respectively older, 47, 48, and he's got a lot of life experience to guide a young buck like me in the right direction. And this has made a big difference in terms of my headspace, thought process, and generally the way I think. Now, talking about some other big wins we've had throughout 2022 in terms of from a business aspect and helping people all over the world. We had our first Marbella muscle camp, training camp in the summer in August. We are going to have another one in May 2023. Tickets are available for that live, so if you want to get a copy of that, an event for that, it's a 2-day training camp in Marbella Elements Gym, formerly Ultimate Performance. It is fucking gangster, it was an amazing experience. Message me, training event on Instagram, I can send you the link to sign up, we have a couple of spaces left. Also, we launched the 7-Figure Scaling Systems Mastermind. So this is a mastermind for fitness professionals to help them grow their fitness business, to help them have impact and change lives all over the world. My big mission in life, and I feel like the burden I feel I have to carry to help people with, is when I see there's a gap for something that people want and they need, is to fulfill that. And there's a big hole in the market in terms of guiding other fitness professionals in terms of how they can actually effectively help people all over the world, because there's a lot of poor information out there, poor guidance, poor mentorships, and people basically ripping people off. So all I purely do is help people in terms of providing value, in terms of how to build their business, how to help transform clients, how to succeed. And a lot of this comes down to your mind, taking control of your mindset, the way you think, and these are all the big wins that I've had. So in terms of 2022 recap, this is the key thing I want you to think about. First thing that I've learned this year is the most important thing is controlling your mind. The second thing is patience and learning to zoom out, look at the macro, don't look at the micro. So look at the big picture, not the day-to-day. And next thing is your environment is the most important thing that will define your success with whatever you want. So if you want to get great shape, train in a great gym. If you want to make loads of money, work in a business that's very profitable, very lucrative. If you want to be a happy person, don't hang around depressive people. Those simple things will make a big difference in terms of your life outcome. And realize that your current situation in life is down to the choices you've made, and these are your choices. So where you are in life, if you aren't happy right now, my suggestion for you for 2023 is you make a change. So if you're not happy with your weight right now, we can help you, reach out. If you're not happy with your business right now, in terms of fitness business, we can help you, reach out. If you're not happy, nothing changes unless something changes. So for 2023, task for everyone, write yourself big goals, and they want to be SMART goals. So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time related. So I'm going to give that again. So you want to have SMART goals. Specific, so you know exactly what it is. measurable, you can actually track it. Achievable, as in it's actually realistic, like you're not going to fly to the moon. And realistic, sorry, and then time related, so you give yourself a set time frame. These are the keys in terms of having success with your fitness goals and making sure, and business goals, and making sure you have goals with everything you have in life. So I hope this was helpful in terms of the lessons that I've learned this year, and I hope we finish on one business one. When you're in business and you're hiring people, this is the biggest mistake I made. Everyone is trying to sell you. I made a mistake the other year that cost me £60,000 before I was the wrong person who completely fucked us over because I didn't realise I was being overly sold and I was in an emotional state where I just lapped it up. So be aware of that. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you give us a 5-star review, and I wish you all the success in 2023. And from the bottom of my heart, Charlie Johnson, I will help you with anything you absolutely need. If you ever need anything, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We pump out loads of content as well, and even TikTok. So we will see you on the other side.